You hear what you hear what they doing with the money? You hear what the government has been doing with the money the entire time?
I have heard.
That's insane.
Wasting our dollars. Wasting it.
The American people don't have to be hungry. And on top of this, before I play this clip,
waste, fraud, abuse,
and before I play this clip, there was just a clip that was just dropped saying that they're going to give $5 billion money to Ukraine. They want to exhaust every bit of money to give to Ukraine by January. I said that's diabolical.
Crazy.
That's diabolical. And then I want to hear what they. I heard some of this.
I wish the Dream Team could fire them before they even have a chance
and that's why
to do that.
That's why they trying to do everything they can before the administration go ahead and goes into full effect, because now they still have time to do the stupid crap.
This is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Tackling this kind of waste, fraud, abuse, bureaucratic bloat, we're going for the stuff that's basic common sense that most Americans actually agree on. And I hope we're going to actually be able to help unite the country by eliminating waste, which is something that all Americans, regardless of partisan affiliation, can get behind. And that's how Elon and I are thinking about it.
Well, that was Vivek Ramaswamy touting the new Department of Government Efficiency that he and Elon Musk will be running. Now, also known as DOGE, this temporary agency will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive structural government change from outside the government.
Let's go.
Now, they put out their first messaging on X yesterday, writing this: working overtime to ensure your tax dollars will be spent wisely.
Exactly.
So what have we been spending some of our federal funds on?
Let's go. I want to hear it.
Almost $550,000 went to a Russian lab to run experiments on cats' brains.
What? Oh, wait a minute. On cats' brains? Okay. There's got to be some payback, some payment from
almost $1 million
to some of these people for that, for cats' brain. Okay, keep going. That was spent by the National Institutes of Health. $3.7 million of funding went to a study on monkeys and gambling. Another NIH.
Wow.
Monkeys and gambling.
Wow.
Fascinating project. And the State Department awarding tens of thousands of dollars for drag shows in Ecuador. And that's just the tip of the wasteful spending iceberg. Here's Senator James Langford rattling off just a few government spending.
Oh my!
Ain't interested in American drag queens. Nevertheless, Ecuadorian drag queen. What's the point?
Oh my goodness!
That's the craziest psychos crap.
Why? Projects at a House hearing last year. Watch.
Last year, the State Department did a grant to Ecuador to host 12 drag shows in Ecuador with American tax dollars. Now, may have different opinions in this room on drag shows. I'm just asking the simple question: is the best use of American tax dollars to actually fund drag shows in Ecuador with U.S. tax dollars? National Science Foundation last year did a study of butterflies in Europe.
Oh my God.
So we funded with American taxpayer dollars. Last year, there was also
NEA
grant that was done to set up a display in Brooklyn for the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which, by the way, is not even an American band. We had an almost, $350,000 grant to study smart toilets.
Wow.
It was one of the grants that we actually paid for with our federal tax dollars last year.
Smart toilets.
We also had a grant that was done studying colonial Mexican soundscapes. We, last year, did a study on helmets and seatbelts in Ghana to be able to study whether seatbelts and helmets were effective for saving lives in Ghana. Can I just go ahead and answer that question for free? Seatbelts and helmets are a good idea. They save lives. Free.
Oh my gosh.
The American people had no idea
that's
about
insane.
this, and how would they? When the administration we are disentangling ourselves from is committed to an opacity, and at the same time, Americans can't afford grocery bills, but hey, let's spend millions on a bunch of ridiculous projects outside this country.
It is complete and total malpractice, and the biggest government positions to me that have been are Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk in this new department. And it's not just the money. The money is a big part of it. It is gutting the career civil service from this administration. Let me give you an example. Trump becomes president in 2016. Trump goes in. Do you want to know what happens 1 month later? 1 month after he is president of the United States, commander-in-chief, a vote of the American people, details of his calls with the foreign leaders of Mexico and Australia were leaked. Mexico went to the Associated Press. Australia details went to the Washington Post. These were career civil servants leaking the details Trump was having with foreign leaders. They need to go. The American people spoke. He is president of the United States. Get rid of the bureaucracy. It's not about undermining Trump. That's undermining you, undermining your vote. Get rid of them on day one.
Amen.
Vivek, I know, is up to the task. I've had conversations with him about this. It's time to put these two in charge. Give them a ton of power. Get rid of career civil servants.
Yes, ma'am.
Right,
I
let's
can.
go.
And remember, I was a federal attorney. I was an acting director in a top 10 agency of an appellate office. And I really can't express adequately what it is like to push against the beast of spending. And among those spendings, I want to talk to you about something, Paul, which is the overpayments. This is where the waste comes into play. $3 trillion, Open the Books reported, since 2004. They define it as essentially wrong payments to the wrong person or for the wrong reason. Do you think Americans will give that back? Because I saw firsthand the billions of overpayments by the Social Security Administration where, oh, I'm sorry, guys, we just wasted $3 billion for no reason other than ineptitude, incompetence, or sheer laziness. And my point is that it is the structure that bakes it in. So Elon and Vivek are coming in and they're going to blow up that structure just like this. Well, we gave them money before, so we're going to do it again. No, we do not inherit the incompetence anymore.
I'll give you a good example, salient example. So apparently it's bouncing around online that when Pete Hegseth got SecDef, there was a quote from a government contract, military contractor, saying essentially, who the blank is Pete Hegseth? That is exactly the reaction you want, right? Because who's this outsider that's going to come in, that's going to kick this whole thing over, essentially, right? It's not somebody that he's taken to lunch, he's been whining and dining for the last 20 years, that he knows the contract's a done deal. That's exactly what you're talking about, Kaylee, and that is what you need. The other thing is, two things real quick. First of all, why are we funding all these bad ideas in other countries? We have enough bad ideas of
In
our
our
own.
own, yes.
Why are we, helmets and God, come
Something
on.
ain't right.
That's one thing. The other thing is this real quick. I know and I recognize, and this is the argument against it, that the real money we have to worry about is Medicare, Social Security. I get those are the big numbers. I understand that. But these wasteful products still take us into the billions, right? It still matters. Yep. What you do, and this is what I'd like to see, is as you cut these superfluous programs, put them into something that people visually see.
Yes.
So we cut $500 million from this nonsense. We built an old age home for veterans. Here it is, in Maryland, in Virginia, in wherever. And that money went here, something useful, something domestic.
Yes.
So let's do a little more examples of this squander of what your money, guys, the government's money, that is your money. So let's show you a few more things of outrageousness that our tax dollars are being spent on. $100,000 to see if a sunfish is more aggressive when given gin or tequila.
Oh my God.
$1 million to see if selfies make you happy. $1.5 million to study the mating calls of country frogs to see if they are different than city frogs.
You gotta be kidding me.
Cheryl, is what hardworking Americans' tax dollars
Monkey
are going to.
transgender studies
Why
and
is the University of
HIV.
Mississippi spending $12 million for monkeys on meth? And why did the EPA spend $620,000 for armor and night vision equipment? Somebody explain that one to me. But I'll tell you what, the biggest one that killed me was the fact that the IRS between October of 21 and 23, they've got $50 million in unpaid taxes from their own employees.
Whoa.
IRS employees owe $50 million in back taxes. I want that. I want the IRS so gutted at this point. And Elon Musk, remember what he did with Twitter? He slashed out 70% of the employees at Twitter.
I can't wait for that
Just
boulder
to point
to
that out.
smash the glass house of the IRS.
But I have to tell you, the other thing, too, is why does Anthony Fauci and Rand Paul pointed this out? Why does he have a $15 million security?
Yeah, we covered that here on this couch, Harris. And at the end of the day, the whole point is now President Trump is saying, not anymore, not on my watch. We are going to audit the government.
That's right.
And we are going to stop the spigot of hemorrhaging. And we are also going to do a better job auditing, because it's clear that Americans do a better job auditing their own finances than the government does.
Yeah.
So a lot of that, and then I'm looking at that federal spending and adding up what you just called out, Cheryl. And all of that ends up being relatively small money considering how much they want to cut. But here's the thing, the way that you change the structure and the texture of things is to make small cuts. You said it earlier, Emily. You're going to not do this with a shovel, you're going to do it with a scalpel. And that's how you change government from the inside out. Wait, who's Pete Hegseth? Well, we could go on about the double Bronze Star winner. We could go on about his military service. Let them find out what kind of strategist he is as a CIB, Combat Infantryman badge. Let them find out how great he was on the ground leading people. But my point with all of this is you have until July 4th, Independence Day in 2026, to get this done. That's what the president-elect has told Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. And the reason that is you will have changed so much government that the last 2 years of your presidency, with possibly a flip in one house or the other on Capitol Hill, will have a new texture of government behind it. You'll really start to feel the cuts and the things that they're doing. I love the deadline.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee.
All I'm going to say is Trump is coming in with a vengeance. He is not playing.
This is nothing like we've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. And not really where to a level where they're exposing the numbers like this. You know, we don't know. We just clueless out here. We don't know what they would spend our money on. But when they show something like this is only some of it.
Ridiculous.
Joy,
and then you think about all the money they've been giving away to the migrants. I'm like, my gosh.
And then they just announced that they're going to give $5 billion. They had just given $500,000 to Ukraine, and now they're going to give, or was it? Yeah. And they said now they're going to drop another $5 billion to Ukraine. They said that they're going to squeeze every drop to them. Yo, this is insane. This is more to this than meets the eye. They have so much unlimited play money to spend here, there, and everywhere. If somebody takes all this misallocated, unnecessary spending, and you put it right here into, like you said, to things you can see, the world would instantly get happy. Put it over there, start negotiating with the gas companies. Say, no. Y'all, we have enough to do it right here. Let's get the gas in every state. Let's let the gas be at $2.
They could have been doing so many.
The world would
so much more, many different things
excited.
With that. Yeah, they could have been doing so many different things.
Because things you can see and things you can't see matter a million miles away. If you can see what they're doing for you as an American, versus all this money being spent that's sent to Ecuador, you're gonna be like, man, thank you for this administration. Look at this. I can see the money. And then what that does is to open up more opportunity for business people to say, you know what, I can tap into this.
Right. It's ridiculous. Why in the world do you even? So if you're putting that money in there, what are the monies that the colleges have to do their own research studies? That's something else. So that's a overlap in giving to stuff. Colleges, okay, yeah, I get the research there. But the government, why are you doing stuff that this group over here has money to do?
Right.
Whether it's on that topic or not, let the university do the research on the monkeys and the frogs and whatever. That ain't what we paying for. Ooh, my God.
But when I saw they said that they were testing, it was $300,000 on testing monkeys, transgender, HIV. It was some monkeys with transgender monkeys, HIV or something like that. It said, I was like,
now how can a monkey be transgender?
That's what it said.
How can a monkey?
Yo, I just saw, this thing
it don't get no crazier than that.
This thing said transgender monkey.
How in the Sam Hill
you can see what she dropped.
Can a monkey be transgender? They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
On that level.
So you got a monkey with a wig on with AIDS. Is that what it's saying?
People are just insane.
To make monkeys transgender to study HIV in trans women. $200,000 plus.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's stupid.
And think about if you applied that to somebody's to say, okay, we're going to bless people and put this towards people's house payments. People have done this and this. People that are service veterans, we're going to pay this towards your payments.
Schools. Oh my gosh, so many other things.
This is unbelievable. Imagine all the other stuff they're going to come out with. And imagine if the people that are woke leftists would just dial in and see what was going on. I guarantee you your mindset would change on the stuff that you were fighting for. I guarantee things would change. It'd be a total visual shock.
Well, now it has. Because he is getting his people in place.
Excuse me.
He's getting his people in place, and they coming back doing a clean sweep.
Transgender monkeys with HIV and testing trans women.
What's that song? Take out the paper in the trash.
Listen, and could you imagine how much spending they would have upped some of those weird things with Kamala in place?
Wow. It would have been insane. You talking about rich, poor. I mean, that's but the Hunger Games, you know.
$800 billion to see if you can turn an ant into a fly. You know,
That's the Hunger Games. All these movies out here have messages in them, great people. And that's what I think of. If they had been in office, if Kamala Harris and her administration had been in office, our country would have been turning into the Hunger Games. I mean, just think about that. Go back and watch it. The first one especially.
no dare about it.
Ridiculous.
You see how they play on money? Start your business. All right, man, we're going to end this something. I thought this was the most ridiculous thing. I can't wait to see what else they drop so I can be like.
You get all these people over here that need help. The hurricane victims. Oh, my gosh. Fires. It's been insane.
And you saw how they stopped. They didn't send, FEMA wasn't sending people to Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
Conservative houses.
Yeah, and they tried to scapegoat this lady, and she said, "Oh no, I didn't write the policy. I just was doing my job, but it was already in place before she even got there." She said it was already taking place. They were already doing it before she touched the ground.
All right, y'all. 2025. Now's the time to be
Alive, great people.
See you on the next one.
Yeah, do it. Get out there and do it.